Hello, welcome to the Speakeasy podcast. I am your host, Sheeparu, and I am accompanied by these three. I don't know, these three guys. Introduce yourself.
Uh, I'm Brutal Seals. I'm an aspiring manga artist. Follow me on @BrutalSeals on Twitter, Blue Sky, and about anywhere else I can be found. To be honest.
And what is this other third creature that I'm looking at here?
Hello, my name is Bulldog, and I am a procrastinating cartoonist. I'm trying to be productive each day, but, succeeding some, failing others. But otherwise, I like to yap about comics, and I like to talk about multiple shows consistently. The most you'll hear me talk about is Ben 10 and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, mainly. But otherwise, I love talking.
Now I feel like I should have spoke some more. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you love
Oh,
talking.
this podcast has already failed.
I know you do.
Well, let's get a topic going. What do you think we should start off on?
Well, start off. This is sort of a pilot or test episode to, start a new art and animation comedy based podcast to give back to the art world, and hopefully, I'll get a little bit something back, if you know what I mean. But
Sheep, you're making this sound like Forspoken.
dude, did I seriously just start a podcast with my friggin' mind? Dude, I just started a podcast
Clearly,
with
it's
my
the first
friggin'
episode.
mind. Okay, that's something I can do. That is something I can do now.
Oh my god.
If I try to leave the chat, I'm gonna go. I can't leave the podcast.
No, you're stuck here now. Too bad. All right.
But what should we call it? The main thing that I've been interested in, go ahead, Sheep. I apologize.
It's fine if
the main thing I've been interested in when it comes to art is comic industry. Right now, the comic industry has been flourishing with all sorts of new entries. Specifically, the Absolute Universe has been doing really well. The Ultimate Universe was sadly cut short because it was doing really well, but for some reason Marvel decided to stop it. And something I'm really excited about, and something I mentioned at the beginning of this pilot, is that there is a new Ben 10 comic coming soon, which I am absolutely enthralled about.
Yeah, I heard about that. Oh, dog, the designs look so fucking cool.
I am really excited to see more of the ideas that they have for... Because have in mind, the new comic, it looks like they're going to stick with the reboot playlist. But they're going to make the reboot playlist and the OG aliens look really, really good. A lot of people like Diamond Head. Diamond Head's my personal favorite. But the one I'm really interested in to see with the new designs overall is Overflow. Overflow looks fucking sick. Like, he looks like one of those big old bulky robots that you'd see in like Alien Force or Ultimate Alien. Like a Techodon. Like, he looks just amazingly cool.
Overload, huh? That's what I call my, But anyway, I think it's time we get into some other news, other art and animation headlines. Right now, the Knights of Guinevere, the Glitch show, created by Dana Terrace, creator of Owl House, has finally been greenlit with a show that will be airing online very soon, which, after seeing the pilot, I'm very excited for, because it's just nice to see a show that is backed by people, not companies. Companies bad. Yeah, but yeah. I never really got that much. I never really was too much into Owl House. I got about like the first season or so, but I could definitely see.
Personally, myself,
go ahead.
I watched like the entirety of Owl House. I would say in some instances the animation was really cool and the ideas in the worlds of Owl House was really neat. And I preferred it over Amphibia. Not saying Amphibia is bad in general. I don't know. I resonated with Owl House a little bit more. And I really enjoyed the kind of world they were building up with the magic system on top of that. I really wish we got more unironically, because I would have loved to see an adult Luz start to learn more magic and start to expand upon the sigils she would do in the like following episodes, learning magic. Because I was really interested in that magic system that they were making, kind of like how they would make paper bombs in Naruto. I thought that was really neat.
Personally, I wish.
I'll be honest, I still have not got around to fucking watching the Owl House. It just, I don't know, it never really appealed to me. Like, though, the way I see it, I kind of like see it in the same way of like Gravity Falls, but it's like the new gen Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls for like the kids of our era.
Yeah.
They
I don't know,
should've
for me,
made
I just
more,
like.
Ironically, it's like, yeah, we're making more. You thought we weren't? Yeah, we are. And that's a joke. You're not supposed to watch it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to enjoy a show anymore. As soon as you start enjoying it, we're pulling it as soon as we fucking can, because our investors immediately want no satisfaction from their audience.
Well, you gotta feel bad for the investors. For investors, you know how
They can't.
you know how much they gotta work? They gotta sit down for a meeting, to go to a meeting for another meeting. It's a lot of work, and you know, you should. They're the
The
real
intern
heroes.
fucks up your latte.
They're the real heroes of the animation industry. You should give them more respect.
What the hell are you even talking about? We're talking about, animation
Yeah, I
and
know.
stuff like
But
the
it was the
comics.
stock investors' latte. Their lattes are fucked up.
It's been
It's a
for too long.
podcast. We talk about.
Let me tell
hustle.
y'all,
we
listen.
get money. We get industry. What are people just drawing for fun?
We are
Drawing
both.
for idiots.
But
Getting
Yes.
hate drawing.
We are both extremely poor light skins trying to make money with it's
I
fucking
made
nothing
this
to our
podcast
name.
ironically.
But you know what's a cool
What is a
comic?
cool comic, Brutal.
I recently read Luther Strode. I thought it was a very fun little comic. It wasn't like the most crazy groundbreaking thing ever, but Luther Strode by Justin Jordan, Shrad Moore, and Felipe Sobrero. There's not Sobrero. Wow, I said that wrong. It's really cool. It's about this teenager at first named Luther
wait.
Strode.
It's called Luthen Strode.
Luthor Strode, like Lex Luthor.
Luther Strode.
Yep.
He strode. He doesn't run. He strodes. That's his power. He strodes at enemies. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna strode at you, man.
No, like
Bad
that.
bit.
The whole thing is basically it's like this murder cult that's been around for like ages. It's passed down this book that kind of can make people like this method that makes people like superhuman, and the art, especially in the legacy and the later parts of the legend, is so good. The fights are immaculate. A lot of the problems that I like had with a lot of the
I'm
fights.
looking at this now. Yeah, this is. I'm pretty familiar with this. I see this stuff in references all the time.
Yeah, Trad
The
Moore
art has a very.
amazing artist.
Mhm.
And I get I'm kind of
this is
behind in the
excellent.
curve with his work, because this is my first bit of a work that I've like bought from him, but it was overall just a phenomenal read. I was really engaged, and some of these fights kind of just had me like it's just like, ooh, oh man, it's so cool. And it's just
Well, you heard it here first. Luther Strode. Check it out, or Brutal will do something very brutal, as his name suggests, which he's known to do.
I don't.
Bad bit.
Yeah, that could be summed up for like the first 10 minutes of this. You're like forcing bits at yourself, sheep. Calm down.
But if they're
He said
not
it's
laughing,
all right.
then what's the point?
Well, laughing doesn't come from the constant bits, you know. You gotta.
It's fine. Whatchamacallit? Let's loop back to Guinevere. We didn't even answer the question.
Bleach made another
about
show.
Guinevere.
Ugh.
The thing I liked about Guinevere the most was that it reminded me of Akira, in the sense of like how it was this broken down, futuristic, kind of gritty place where there were people struggling to survive, working on scraps from
Cyberpunk?
like higher, like Yeah, well, I wouldn't even say cyberpunk. It's like
Disney
a
Punk.
genre that's a little bit different.
Disney punk.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to say it. Well, there's like, there's a perfect society literally floating above them.
It's
Well,
just Final
actually,
Fantasy VII,
be
dog.
more
Don't
like
even trip. It's Final Fantasy VII.
I wouldn't even say it's Final Fantasy VII. I'd say it's more like
Well,
it's
there's
BioShock
like
Infinite in a sense.
there's like
It's
an
just
idea of
gacha
like
well,
tech
sorry,
It's just
in the
gacha.
world sort of thing. You mean? Yeah.
It's just the Astro Boy movie from the early 2000s.
Well, that is the main component. The main thing, well, not main component, the side component I was thinking of. The main thing is that everything involving the robot or the characters, I saw one of the brand new trailers they released. It was like Akira with like the amount of gore and the amount of darkness that was shown in a split second. It makes me really, really excited to see what they have in store for just the overall theme and the overarching story with this broken Guinevere robot that they have, and what terrible misadventures
What I
they're
always
going to go
found really
down
interesting about
as
it
they
is how it
continue
uses
to
this
harbor
sort of
this
form
really
of
dangerous
body horror and gore
robot.
in a way that's not
And even at the
technically
end of the
biological,
pilot,
but uses a
her
lot
destroying
of,
that big ass robot
I
was
guess
just
personally to say, it's
extremely
like it does
interesting.
body horror without there really being any physical bodies for there to be. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Uh, and how it uses a lot of blue, which helps sort of contrast with everything. Really makes it all pop. Helps it stand out.
It's
I thought it was pretty
synthetic, like
obvious that it was going
organic.
to get picked up if it already was like such a success when it came out, the pilot. And I definitely feel like, and it says here in the article that the creator, Dana Terrace, promises that the ending won't be, disappointing. And I completely believe that because, they're given a lot more time, not as much pressure from like studio execs or producers, Disney as a whole. And speaking of Disney, a thing that I really enjoy about how it presents it's definitely also incredibly obviously a representation of the creator's relationship working with Disney when she was working on the Owl House, and how it's like a big soulless corporation and all that. We all know that. It's like, yeah, fire's hot, Disney sucks. But it also, it's not completely cynical in its perspective of it, because despite how crappy the business side of Disney has been for a very, very long time, it still has this appreciation and wonderment for what came from that company in the first place. Sort of how we all grew up with these movies and we love them so much. And it was made by artists and animators who slaved away at them forever, who love them just as much. And that's what's always been the most important part of this, which is what I find to be like, that's gotta be like one of my most favorite things about it. It's like, yeah, Disney sucks, but yeah, I fucking love, no, I love Notre Dame, bro.
Oh, dude. One of my favorite things about the golden age of like Disney animators is that I remember watching the special feature for the Iron Giant, and Brad Bird was talking about when he was a little kid, he made a short animation about the rabbit and the hare. Or not the rabbit and the hare, the tortoise and the hare. Like the famous, story.
Yeah.
And he made an animation and he sent it to Disney, and they actually brung him over, and he got taught by the golden age animators over at Disney. And he learned so much from these really amazing artists. People like Don Bluth, or what's his name? The guy who did like a bunch of animation on Aladdin. I gotta punch myself later for not remembering his name. But it's the older gentleman with the glasses who's a bit on the bigger side. But he and like the rest of the Golden Age animators have set so many examples for future artists. Brad Bird being one, him making a bunch of stuff for himself and Warner Brothers, and then moving on to make, The Incredibles and Incredibles 2 later on. And his whole journey.
Incredibles 2 was good.
I fucking love Incredibles 2 and 1. I
I
like
hate
them.
it. I hate it. I don't like it.
That's fine.
It just falls.
I love it.
It falls apart. If you think about it for like a few minutes, it falls apart. Cause like, I mean, to be honest, it's been like so long since I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's like I really do not feel any as much engagement as I did with as compared to the first one.
If I were to be
And-
honest and give like 1 and 2 ratings, 1 would be a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't do that 10-9 bullshit. I just say it's good. And then secondly, Incredibles 2, I think personally it would be an 8. The only reason I put it at an 8 is because I would notice a couple of times where the writing wasn't I wouldn't say like the story per se. It was just moments of them speaking was wrong in some instances.
I just found how the whole backstory behind the guy calling the superhero instead of the cop still really stupid, even if it's just like a way to make the villain hate heroes. It's like, I don't know. There could have been a better way to execute that.
I mean, I don't hate it per se. It's a decent way to make the plot. It's just, for me, honestly, I could see why that character would latch on to heroes or the supers in that world so fervently, because he would consistently see these gods among men outside his window, and they were just always around. But then as soon as they started making the laws against the supers, they disappeared within an instance. He probably didn't know because he was an older dude. And so I could see that.
Was that a
perspective of
thing?
him. Yeah, that was the whole thing in the movie, where the supers were getting sued and they were slowly getting out of circulation, and they had to stop because the public were getting outraged at the physical damage, some of them not wanting to be saved, that type of deal. And that was in the first movie. But then the second movie continues that kind of sentiment where people really still don't like supers, and the whole second movie is literally about them coming back with the blessing of a company that oversees them. That was the
I
whole
just feel like
kind of
Bob.
plot of the second
I feel like Mr. Incredible just kind of did like nothing in that movie either, even if it
Well,
was sort of about
the whole point
Oh,
of him
I don't know.
not like doing it, even with Frozen.
I mean, again, I haven't seen it in a while,
Frozone-
so maybe I'm talking out of my ass.
I mean, I don't hate your perspective. A lot of people do agree that the writing wasn't great, but the reason why both, even like Frozone and Mr. Incredible, weren't allowed to go out first is because Frozone would usually create giant fucking piles of snow so it could probably stop traffic. Think about that, right? And then people would lose time in their day, and then it would cause an inconvenience, and people wouldn't, lean towards that. And then Bob, well, he would destroy shit without a care in the world. He would just mostly it's literally like the German way, get that motherfucker right now, as he's like just busting through walls. With Helen, it was a great choice because she would avoid, critical damage to buildings, and she would have this vast knowledge of vehicles and other stuff. Like in the first movie, she's shown to have a really good grasp on like aerial vehicles, and in the second movie, she also mentions like a bunch of knowledge about vehicles in general. And she does.
We were talking about Glitch, right?
Yeah, we were talking about Glitch. But overall, I think the second movie was decent at least. I can understand why some people wouldn't like it, though.
All right. And other news, there is a Venom movie, animated Venom movie in the works, produced by Sony with, it doesn't exactly say, I don't think, but it will be directed or produced, I'm not sure, by by the filmmakers behind Final Destination. So we might possibly get like a Spider-Verse style Venom movie directed or produced or whatever by like the people behind Final Destination. So like you'll see Venom
that's
probably at the very end. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that could really work. Maybe it depends.
I feel like it would
Because
work insanely well.
personally, what I envision personally is at the beginning, you got Eddie Brock. We'll assume that's probably what kind of thing we're talking, kind of guy that we're gonna be seeing. And now this is a personal thing that I'd want to see is at the beginning he tips over like, I don't know, like a tin can or something, and over the movie is going. There's like a Rube Goldberg machine of crazy events happening that comes right back at the end of the movie, Final Destination style. I never really liked those movies, I'll be honest though. They just kind of seem like,
dude, I like the idea that the Venom movie is over, because out of anything, I think that's the best type of people to do a Venom movie, because Venom for the longest time hasn't really been murdering and killing. Sure, in the Venom movie it's just like, oh yeah, he does that. Hell, the Carnage movie pissed me off the most because they didn't make it M-rated.
Yeah, so
how in the flying
it
fuck?
says that it's going to be directed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's because like I feel like it's because MCU movies being so popular, everyone and their mom's gonna see it. Parents are gonna bring their kids. It's like, oh, Venom, he's part of Spider-Man. My kid likes Spider-Man. Oh my God, he just killed that guy.
I mean, yeah,
I won't. They won't like that.
I mean, there's a lot of
So it
killing
makes
in
sense
like the
why
last
they-
two like Avengers movies, like fucking was it like Infinity War and Endgame? Endgame, fucking Thanos gets his head cut off. Like I can't imagine some of like the moms in the area like, oh my God. Oh, there was a
Yeah,
good
I
movie.
really wish I had more to add on to this because I can't lie, my most media intake as of recently has been just
you have nothing to
yeah,
say.
really, I got nothing to say on any of the topics. Like, but mostly what I've been doing is just like slowly trying to get through my my media list, so it's nothing really new. It's like, yeah, I gotta start Squid, gotta finish Gunsmith Cats, gotta read City Hunter, gotta finish up this other Dragon Quest. I got like 4 Dragon Quest mangas I need to finish. I got so much stuff I gotta get through, and all this stuff is just like, a new Venom movie. What, is it just gonna be as ass as the rest? Where he's gonna look at the camera and go, I'll miss you, buddy. Yeah. Okay, bye, Venom. Or are we gonna get the funny, the Thor Love and Thunder?
I cry.
Sheep, you cry whenever anything isn't at least a 7 out of 10 by your standards. You cry. Sheep, you'll sit down and you'll spend 5 years reading and analyzing a manga and be like, it's okay. It's not subtle or nuanced.
It reminds me of a movie. Okay, but listen, I know that I always give off that feeling that I hate everything, but here, like, I found like a better way to sort of clarify what I mean when it comes to this kind of stuff. I can be pleased by nearly anything. All right. But when it takes for me to be impressed is a whole nother story. Pleased and impressed. And I know that sounds probably kind of hokey and pompous, but it's like, I don't know, man. That's just how I consume art. But and it's like I can sit down and watch like a crappy 7 out of 10 movie. It's like I love the Hellboy movies by like Del Toro. And those movies are technically like on like a greater level, those movies are like 6 or 7s out of 10, but I am pleased with them and I like them and I like how they look in a scientific, like a stylistic way. And like a while ago, I watched Pulp Fiction and I was impressed by that movie because it was very, very good.
Everyone's always impressed by Pulp Fiction.
It was very, very good. Movie was good, and there was a camera, and
I'm saying I'm not impressed. I like
DiCaprio said the N-word 30
but,
times.
You know, the way I read media is I go from like raw enjoyment. So like if I say pick up like verses, right?
You can't call it media. That's reductive.
What I do with creative content is I absorb it and then I rate it on how much it entertained me. And then, right after,
you can't say content either.
No, that's enough out of you, light skin. Be quiet. Anyway, rate on how much I enjoyed it, and then
you can't call it.
And then I rate it on like really rereading it and being like, did this make sense? Does this make as much sense as I initially thought? Like if I ever thought that someone was a bit weird and I reread it, and then I'll like rate it on like say like a narrative. Like I don't know, that's why Demon Slayer scores so fucking low for me, because reading it wasn't fun. There wasn't really anything visually too great about it that other mangas don't already do. And there's just a lot of stuff that I just didn't like. And then on top of it, it just felt like there was no real purpose behind it. Yeah, it's a simple story, and that doesn't mean it's instantly bad. But it was like, given all the hype that's behind it, you would expect something more. And I get hype doesn't equate to quality, because obviously, you know, Solo Leveling, the best in its genre, being a king of trash. But
listen, Brutal, I'm sorry if you don't like the show that's jingling keys in front of you, if you haven't fallen asleep watching
like,
it, but
as much shit as I used to give one of our friends for obsessing over Naruto, is Naruto has a lot of cool stuff in it. And
I still gotta finish this
like,
bitch.
my enjoyment with it may not have been too high, but I can understand as to why people enjoy it. You, for the longest time, Sheep, you'd be like, I'd be like, you know, I've been reading Hiro Mashima's new work. You're like, fuck. There's nothing. There's nothing.
okay, here's the thing. Here is the thing. That something like Fairy Tail or something like that, I can be pleased with them. Like I can see a satisfying emotional climax and conclusion, and look at it and see that it is all constructed like perfectly well. It's executed the way it needs to be, but I won't be impressed by it because I'll know what's coming. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna punch the guy really hard, and I'm gonna save the day, and we're all gonna cry, and we're all gonna be happy, and then we'll go to the next guy we'll punch.
Sometimes you
And
just
I
gotta,
love.
you really do just gotta punch the next guy. I don't know really where I was going. I was just saying, I find it hard to listen to you talk about media at times, because for the longest time, all he would ever do is tell me everything I liked sucked. Unless it was something you also liked. And then you were all like, oh, yes, Brutal, I didn't know you were a sophisticated negroid. And I'd be like, ah, thanks.
Oh, shit.
Well, listen here. I'll have you know that I've spent many hours watching movie reviews instead of watching them. They're the runs in the screen,
Nice
so they must be
opinion.
correct. Okay, well, let me tell you. I do need to find a better way to articulate myself when it comes to the breaking down of the art that I consume. And maybe you're right. Or maybe not, whatever. But, no, you may have a point, but we'll move on to the next topic.
Well, shoot, we weren't done talking about Venom. I wanted to say something little bit. All I gotta say is for this ending, just to end it off, I'm really excited for the Venom movie overall, simply because I really want to see in a like creative way, kind of like with how Guinevere had kind of like this like specialized blood and so forth. I really want to see like creative gore. I don't want to see like a bunch of like you know, regular like human gore. I want to see it like change colors and go like fucking crazy with the direction, and to show Venom's brutality, while you could show it to like, you know, I wouldn't say a general
like
audience.
Chainsaw Man or something.
Yeah, similar to Chainsaw Man.
That'd be
like,
perfect. That actually be perfect, actually.
Yeah, no, that'd be amazing.
You know, speaking of Chainsaw Man, I cannot lie. Like, I love Chainsaw Man. I really do. I've been keeping up with it, but I'm starting to get a bit of fatigue, sort of in the same way I did with One Piece, where sort of reaching up to these more recent parts. And I understand Dingy's character. I'm not one of these media literates. It's like, Dingy is a gooner. I'm like, no, I'm well aware. But
he likes to touch blue.
I'm just saying, granted, this might change next chapter release, but I am getting real tired of him still on the same shtick. And it's not really so much just because, like, I don't enjoy Fujimoto's writing. I do. Though, at the same time, it's kind of getting fucking old. been like what?
I mean, I do understand that, but that's literally the reason he is alive, is that he wants to live out his like perfect life. That is the one reason why he lives. Is that he
It's like
promised
the weird way
Vegeta,
how it's like,
hey, I'm gonna live this perfect life we were gonna talk about. And he's like, okay, do that.
well, it's like the weird way of how Fujimoto writes Denji is that like his form of wanting to receive and reciprocate love is through sex, because that's just an easy, I guess that's just a way that is like young, simple caveman shack mind can understand love, I guess.
But I like that coming of age story for like Denji because it's really well written, to be fair. I love how he has all these fuck ups and how, like, you know, people dying around him, he actually, you know, learns and he's like, oh my god, you know, like, I don't want this shit to happen. I need to be better. I need to, you know,
Yeah, only for it to then turn.
steer these
The way I
other
see it,
idiots
it's also I
around.
can get that, but only for it to then turn into like 100 chapters of dingy torture porn. Like, man, I don't want anybody around me to die. Nayuta dies. Asa molests him, and he gets cut up into a bunch of pieces. He gets his dick put on backwards by a middle-aged man with mutton chops. Like, I can see the vision, but I feel like we're meandering around a good bit. Like,
Yeah, a lot of part 2 has a lot of meandering of when you only get like 10 pages a week, but the guy's working on like 4 hours sleep for like 5
Yeah.
years.
Also,
Cut him a bit of slack,
Fujimoto,
but
while being the GOAT, is also somewhat fucking
you
insane.
say that as I don't know this.
Like,
I think everyone knows he's
Yeah, but
insane.
it's
Everyone
not
knows
like
he ate his girlfriend.
it's not like 2019
that, but
anymore.
also
Nobody
I
knows
remember
it.
the one video of him thinking he can levitate,
He did.
so he jumps like from a crouch position.
He did levitate.
No, he did.
He was in the air. He was
I'm
like,
like-
Let me turn on my camera and show
I don't know
you.
what
You do it right now.
This is
Listen,
like
man.
going to a little kid's birthday party, and it's like, oh, do the little trick, Johnny, and he does like a little dance. It's like, wasn't that impressive? And you're like pity clapping for him.
No, he did levitate.
I don't know what video you were watching. It looked like he was floating to me.
Yeah, like you are just hating for no reason. You Bakagaijins really just
Sure.
don't get it. Huh?
Why not? He was floating. I'm sorry. I missed scene.
Hey, go
I
rewatch the video
mistook
right now. You can see it right there. And you just pause the video right where he jumps.
Listen, there were vibrations.
I forgot.
in
He's the
Earth
second coming of Chris Angel. My bad.
frequency of the camera, where it looked like he jumped down because the camera cut out, but the second that he did jump, he was levitating, my friend. Anyway, I think any other interesting headlines?
For me personally, there's two comics that I actually want to point out.
Okay.
There is the new Vertigo comics coming out from DC. Vertigo hasn't really posted much comics of recent, especially in like recent years. But now they published 4 new comics. One is a Urban Day horror comic, which is really good art. I recommend. I think it's like House by the Sea is what it's called. And you two being like absolute manga lovers, I would wholeheartedly recommend it for you both. Like, it has such wild, surreal, vivid imagery. It's just super cool. Like, from what I've seen in the comic, it's nice. Oh, dude. Yeah, it is super good. Like, if I were to post, give me a second. Let me post.
I really gotta work on my what's it called? I gotta work on my Western comic backlog.
Oh, dude.
I could just say the usual thing. It's like,
good shit out right now.
I don't know where to start. There's like this run and there's this run. Like, I know where to start. It's just I don't know.
Real. I just don't really have any interest
It's
in
a little hard.
any of the like. I don't really feel like reading any like Iron Man comics or any Well, actually, Absolute Batman and subsequently the Absolute Universe has been like the only ones recently that really stood out to me. But since reading Luther Strode, I do want to check out more things Trad Moore has worked on because I really like his art.
I've been like sort of chipping away at Ultimate Spider-Man for like, I'm gonna say 3 years. I'm horrible.
No.
Hey, you're fine. You're enjoying your media the way you like it.
I mean,
But let me
No, I have to do it specifically the way other people say
You
that I
say
have
that
to,
about
or I'm a
everything.
bad
Ah,
person
shut
for a
up for a
dog.
split second and just learn to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I do enjoy
Yeah,
myself.
fuck other people's opinions.
It's called watching Repo the Genetic Opera. I can like
I don't know what
weird
that is.
stuff.
I'm gonna smack you with my fupa and walk away.
Another comic that is
Repo the Genetic Opera.
I would like to hear about this.
It's like Repo the Genetic Opera is like this late 2000s rock opera that's like super emo and gothic, which I love to death. It's basically about like everyone in the world is having organ failure and millions of people are dying. So a company comes in that allows people to rent organs for as long as they're able to pay. But if they're not able to pay, then they're legally allowed to send this like crazy slasher doctor guy called the Repo Man to just straight up like just cut you open in an alley and just take your lungs and leave you for dead. And it's like super crazy and artistic, lots of black and white stuff, graveyards, churches. I love it.
dude, it sounds very gothic.
And like it's crazy. And it's crazy how it's able to like it's like barely any of it is like spoken. It's like it's constant singing for like an hour and a half, which I say is impressive. Some of the songs are good, some of the songs are just okay, but some songs are like total bangers. Still just a little hard to find them.
Kind of like the Odysseus play, or a little bit like Sweeney Todd a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds right up my alley. It sounds super cool.
Very. All right, we're talking about what? Like,
no, we're just talking about stuff we have no real topic right now. It's just like I got things we've been consuming.
What was it? Oh, here.
No, Bulldog was talking about comics, and I had to be. Bulldog was talking about.
No, I love that little.
I was so rude.
Whatchamacallit.
That was rude.
That was the first comic I was talking about. Nice House by the Sea. I haven't read much of it. I looked at the pages. The art looks good, but I can't really say about the quality of it. All I remember is that it's real. Oh, sorry about that. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you perfectly fine. I didn't hear you cut out at least once.
Whatchamacallit, though. Nice House by the Sea. I recommend to read it if you love like urban day horror. It's pretty good. The pages are surreal. I looked at it, but my personal favorite out of the 4 Vertigo comics that are coming out is the second one, which is called Bleeding Hearts. If you look in general, I put the cover and then the first 2 pages. The reason,
well, I mean, they can see a flash picture of it on screen.
I'm giving you, yeah. What was it though? It is this amazingly cartoony, fucking violent zombie story about the perspective of the zombies. And it is really, really cool for that reason. It reminds me of like this early age, like 90s comic. The art is very like fluid. The background is like this watercolor look that I absolutely adore. And
sort of reminds me of the Doom Patrol.
Yes. Oh, dude, I highly agree with that.
I really want to read those too.
Oh, dude, out of anything, I recommended a Bleeding Hearts is one that stuck with me. Like, I was thinking about it at work today. I was like, fuck. I even talked about it with a customer, but then they looked at me like, you like too much scary stuff. It was funny. But overall, the story is about the main guy in the front. His name's Poke, and he's a zombie that his heart starts beating again. And he starts empathizing with the humans that they're killing and eating. And as you go through the first chapter, he starts regretting a lot of the actions that he did with the Horde, which is the big group of zombies that he hangs out with. Mainly, his best buddy is this guy called Mush, and he's the guy with the cap on and the mushrooms.
You just say the big fat one with the nasty teeth.
Yeah, big fat one with the nasty teeth. Well, they all have fucking nasty teeth. But he specifically is buddies with Poke here, because if you can tell, they both swapped arms because they were damaged, so they could both live. And Oh, what's up?
No, yeah, I could see.
But
I
overall,
can see on the cover. I mean,
the struggle with Poke is that he gaining, a beating heart again and keeping it a secret, he's starting to empathize more with the humans. And at the end of the first chapter, they come across a woman and a little boy that they were hunting for humans in the suburbs. But I feel like in the second chapter, when they finally get to it, he's probably going to have a change of heart and pretend like he never even seen him, and then have conflict with Mush, who wanted to go out. That's the reason they even went out by themselves away from the horde, because they wanted to hunt by themselves and see if they could find anybody. Like throughout the first chapter, they're literally hunting people. That guy you see get pushed down, they rip him the fuck apart.
Yeah.
Like in the next couple comic chapters, literally they're fighting over his skin, like who gets to eat his skin. It's fucking gruesome, but it is so cartoony that you forget how fucked up and like just crazy the zombies are. Like it almost reminds me of Bone with the comedy. But then it reels back, and then I realize, Jesus Christ, they're literally like dissecting this guy alive.
The zombies
like,
doing zombies things, and it's so scary because they rip people apart. Where have I heard that before?
It's just the way they go with the art, like direction. It's so cool. Like unironically, out of anything the viewers like see today, go get yourself a copy of Bleeding Hearts.
Can I pick it up on Amazon?
It is super cool. Yeah, I believe so. Or you can pick it up on DC or Vertigo's site. Yeah. But fucking...
Or Mike, give me your skin.
The next one...
You can take the crotch here.
I don't really want a human penis. You can give it to Martha over there, but I won't be taking penis.
That's literally what they're fighting over in the comic verbatim. Like they're like, oh yeah, I got like a piece of like the thigh and a couple fingers. That's what he brings to Poke in like the third and the fourth page. As he's like, oh look, Poke, I got like a piece of the thigh. And even Poke's like, I'm not eating that. And he only eats one of the fingers to make sure Mush doesn't like question him for not eating. Because even at the beginning, Poke even mentions that he's not eating a lot of people recently. That he's kind of starting to kind of get out of it, and he's not really interested.
I think, okay, now here's the theory. So his heart started beating again, right?
Love Shaun of the Dead.
What if this becomes a problem later? Because they start to see him as more living, like I don't know, starts pumping more blood.
Oh no! Even Mush mentions like that they could cannibalize each other, but they don't choose to because they see each other as a giant family. But even then, like on the third page, even though Mush is such a huge friend to Poke, he even mentions that like, oh yeah, like if you start acting human, we're all gonna have to eat you, jokingly. But I feel like down the line that might become a reality. They might turn against him, and he might go with the human like resistance that you see at the beginning. But
this sounds like it'll actually be a fun read.
Oh, dude! Like overall, even if the writing becomes shitty, the art overall is going to be still a banger. Like I love it.
I really need to work on my Western comics collection. Right now, I've collected just about every mainline Hellboy omnibus collection, and I've just about gotten every copy, every volume of Bone. That's a childhood classic.
Dude,
I'm working on Black.
I've been working on Invincible.
If you love, shit, I've been working on anything besides.
I've been working on it. Yeah,
I've also been.
I've got the Battle Beast comics they did recently.
Really?
I got all the chapters of those that I'm working on. Yeah, and then I also got the Capes comics they're re-releasing as well. I think they're gonna have a new issue this Wednesday. But the third comic I'm gonna talk about, which is the newest one this week, is End of Life. End of Life is about this. It's kind of like how you remember how in John Wick they have this like kind of society where you can't like you can kill each other, but as soon as you're on this like property, you can't kill another member. With End of Life, you can't kill anybody who's in the same group, called the Menagerie. And the main character we follow is this lovable, well, maybe lovable or unlovable dickhead named Eddie. Eddie is the horse in the menagerie. And everybody he seems to know and love just fucking hates him. Like, even people he works with, he's like, like, you're a fucking dick, Eddie. And he's like, I don't care. His whole, like, shtick is being this kind of, like, jerk. But nearing the end of the comic, we kind of see why. Is that his dad wasn't really the best father growing up. And it kind of shows with each page. Each page has amazing color and paneling, by the way. I want you to look at that real quick. That paneling...
On the topic of, like, comics, I feel like I would really like to make a manga style specifically, but I've still been trying to find that good way to mix more Western comic techniques with manga as well, to really help give it my own sort of touch style. And one thing that I've really thought about is that now this is obviously subjective, but I always found Western comic covers to be kind of a lot be than
for sure. Even
manga
that could be like a good thing or a bad thing.
I mean,
sometimes
that's not the case every time.
I'd say majority of the time, especially given, like,
obviously,
I would say too. Now I don't know how much this really does contribute, but like, say, like some publishing companies, I don't know, like, say, I don't know if they got the same thing going on, like what they do with like game box arts, but like it could change over like how it is in the West or in the East, wherever the hell.
A lot of times, a lot of like manga covers are very focused on like one specific character, but that's not always the case. Like One Piece always has like crazy collages and stuff, but like a lot of different types of, like, say, shonen manga, it's always like one character at a time for each cover, which is like, I guess, an easy way to sell stuff. But there are just like times where I see what's it called? I'm looking at like I Hate Fairyland, and I like how a lot of the covers are very, very dynamic. There's like a lot going on. Hold on, I think
the
I have
art
one.
For that I love the art. It's just the writing doesn't really capture my interest, because I was going to get like a bunch of graphic novels for I Hate Fairyland, but I don't know, I just wasn't that interested. Oh yeah, Just Brutal. Yeah, that's a new one as well. I haven't read it personally.
I made a comic book.
Oh yeah, this is happening.
Look.
Which I fucking hate.
I don't know.
I just like how there's a lot of...
I bought at the comic shop when I was getting specifically End of Life and a couple other comics.
There's a lot of kinetic motion in Western comic covers than Eastern comic covers.
Yeah. I will say, I feel like now, especially more than ever, is a great time to be a comic book anywhere, really, making comics anywhere, because like, especially now in the modern day where it's not really like, what, you watch anime, you're gay, you read manga, you're gay, it's like you can be inspired by a lot of things. And
you read comic books, you're a fucking nerd, get shoved into like a closet,
like, especially nowadays.
What are these fucking Chinese?
It's so fucking easy for artists to go out and like find different inspirations everywhere. It's not even just like, you need to be a fan of good old red, white, and blue Americans, where we draw Captain America with his titties out, and he looks weird, and his nose is broken, right? But like,
Brutal, those are America's tits.
Well,
those are America's memories, you motherfucker.
Those are America's.
Tony Stark, I'm feeling cold. Starts walking around.
This is starting to evolve into like one of those films you see on the edge of the internet.
Like
moving.
Oh no, I just think it's real nice, especially nowadays, because there's so many places where you take inspiration. Like so many comic artists could learn stuff from like manga artists. Like even reading Luther Strode.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Trad Moore packed so many references and shit. Like there was a 2-page spread. There was the entire like Resident Evil cast at the time that were all dead in the background. Some of his other arts, there's a dude charging up a comic album. Goku! There's like Goku in like in a poster in the background in Luther's room. But it's like, it's real nice to just be able to see like techniques used in like Western comics and manga and vice versa and everywhere really, even in manhwas, which I know a lot of people don't really like to touch on, but there's still some pretty decent webtoons out there. I don't really know any to really shout out that I've been reading, but
I feel like I've wanted to be a comic artist for a very long time, but right now I feel like, especially when I'm trying to learn 3D program and
you're
modeling
real
with, like,
ambitious,
Blender and
aren't
stuff.
you?
I feel like, you
Podcast,
know,
modeler, animator, sound designer, voice actor, fucking musician too. Come on, Chief, reel it in. Which one do you want to be?
I want to make some goddamn money. Shut up. Um, it's like, it's nice to know with, like, despite the problems the modern internet has right now, especially with art, it's nice, like, with the many resources open to creative people these days, like, the sky's the
Yeah,
limit.
I mean,
Now, making money
it's
is a
pretty
whole
easy
other
just
thing,
to
but
the
not gonna get
link
into
out,
that
reach
right
people.
now.
I'm getting close to finally getting out of commission hell, so I can finally get back to work on my own like comic and shit. So I'm excited. But
I haven't had a commission in months.
well, sheep, you kind of gotta just reach it. Well, I'm not gonna lie. The way I did it was just I opened up emergency commissions because I had $2 in my bank account, and then people just started spreading it around. I was like, "Hey guys, can I get some help?" And they spread around. I was like, "Oh, I know a friend who would love to have a manga artist draw their thing." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm a manga artist. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy." And I got in contact with quite a lot of people, and because I needed money, I took in about every commission I could, and then I got like 15 commissions, and I'm just now starting to get to the very back of it. It's like 3 left.
I feel like when it comes to the quality of my art, I want to get to a point where I'm consistent every day with something and I'm proud of what I produce each day. And then I feel, well, at least decently proud and be like, oh, yeah, I like the
You're
perspective. I
getting
like the way
there.
the colors,
Yeah,
etc. Overall, I just want to make sure I put stuff out there that people like decently, and then I'll start doing commissions. A little
I just
lower
can't wait to
now.
start studying again.
I like your stuff. Don't take this the wrong way, but the way that your style reminds me of is that it feels like it's
Mhm.
like early mid '90s furry art style before it
Dude,
really became
that's a
like
high compliment.
imprinted. Like before, like it still has some ties to like furries were like super based off like Tezuka's work, but then they sort of
Yeah,
latched
no, no, no.
onto
What was
Disney
Yeah.
it?
later on.
I remember I drew Epo, and then Brew was like, "Oh yeah, you remind me of this artist." I was like, "I never heard that man before, but thank you."
Yeah, the Epo
That was
drawing is
good.
good.
I love Ebo.
I just
Ow.
like I
Oh,
feel like back to what I was saying. I
sorry
feel
about that.
like um
You're run.
I hope just knowing 3D by itself can just open you up to like a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, no, your
Games,
perspective literally opens up.
video games, 3D models, of course, like stuff for animation, making 3D printed figures, all that stuff. But right now, I don't know. I just feel like now I shouldn't be swayed by like the thoughts and desires of other people when it comes to something that is my craft and mine alone. I just feel like I love comics, but I love comics to death, like all many types of art, but would the average dumbass really want to sit down and read? Because I think I want to make
Yeah, like even like people
I
I
want to make it
really,
animated.
really,
I want to make something animated.
yeah.
I
A
want to
lot
make
of people
something animated.
mostly
I want
just
to make
look at
it into a
animation
comic.
I'm not
nowadays. Yeah,
gonna lie,
but
I
it's.
feel
I
quite
mean,
the
that shouldn't
opposite.
stop
Like,
you from
I
reading.
know there's a lot of cool, like, kind of back to circling back to glitch and stuff. Is like, I know as good as people say that is, I, for the life of me, can't really get into it. I don't think they're bad because I haven't watched them. I can't form an opinion. I can't be like, bro, Digital Circus fucking sucks, dog. Bro, Gaslight District fucking sucks. Like, I truly haven't sat down and watched really any of them in ages. Because, like, at least the way I've been trying to go at it, I've been mostly just drawing, working out, and I've been living like a fucking NPC for a bit. So I haven't really sat down and watched anything because I've had all these other things draping over my head. And I found it much nicer to read because it ties directly into what I'm interested in. And granted, I feel like if I am really gonna just like say make a manga, that'd be impressive only to manga artists and artists alike, and not really, the general populace, like you say, the average dumbass sheep. But I don't know. I don't want to get rid of my creative vision just because it's not going to make money. Because either way, the reason I'm making art is to
Yeah,
inspire
yeah.
others who
I mean,
read it
I know that, of course,
and
but
to, get something of mine out there. Because when I'm dead, what am I going to leave behind? Am I going to be just an average Joe who worked an office job, or am I going to try it?
when you die, you're gonna leave behind a very oddly shaped toupee that seems to be exactly like your hair now, and a bandana. I don't think this brutal guy was a very honest fellow.
A very honest fellow. And yeah, I'm not really. Well, no, yeah, I'm pretty honest actually. I did think about that.
I know you're bald,
Sheep,
brutal.
you're just mad because I got more hair than you.
In middle school, they used to call you bald, brutal. They never let up.
We did not go to school because they used to call. Never mind, I'm not saying that. They call you shaved sheep because you walked around with your willy out and you went, "Oi, who wants to see me married?"
Little sheep, Willie.
And well, needless to say,
Oh, see it, Willie. Willie. Will he?
Whatchamacallit. Like, I was muted for a second. I was talking to my sister. All I hear is you talking about willies in lake. And what was going on? Circling back to comics. If you all are going to read End of Life is a great comic. My favorite panel is near the end, where the dad essentially tells the son, "Hey, don't come back to my house or I'm gonna fucking kill you." And then he reluctantly lets him back in. But every once in a while, they're both like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, I'm gonna kill you." The dad, walks into his room at night and almost kills him in his bed. But then he's already in the closet waiting for him, like, "Yeah, what were you gonna say?" And he's like, "You gonna eat breakfast?" He's like, "Sure, why not?" He's like, "I made oatmeal." He's looking at the food at the table whenever like they moved away from the bedroom. He looks at the oatmeal, looks at his dad, and goes under his breath, "I should have shot you." That
They can read the comic themselves, Bulldog.
I'm really curious to know what they're.
I know, but like
I gotta know about this now.
Oh no! Like Sheep said, you got to read the comic for that. You'll understand why.
I'm just
All
saying,
I'm
you're
gonna
doing
say
a
is
good
Eddie
job of
is a
selling
dick.
this to me.
Oh, dude, Eddie, the main character, the guy in the red jacket, he's a ginormous douchebag.
He's kind of like me, for real.
Like,
He'd make a great ruffian. What can I say?
Dude,
Every day I'm disrespected by the people around me, but I'll make them pay.
Everybody he ever loved just fucking hates him. But it's for good reason. Also, like, him being a douchebag is also for good reason, from what I can tell. But overall, I'd recommend End of Life 2 wholeheartedly. Not as much as Bleeding Hearts, but I would say they rival each other. They're both really good written and like good art too. I think personally the reason I lean towards Bleeding Hearts more is simply because of the art style. The writing for both of them is really good.
I could recommend a comic or a manga. I would recommend. Currently, actually looking at my shelf. Well, actually, out of all the things I've talked about, I'd really recommend Luther Strode. It was a fun read, and being able to see you can get the complete series for $30, and seeing Trad's art just get better and better throughout every single volume was just really nice, and the action was solid. The story was great. May not have been the most crazy, groundbreaking thing in the world, but it was enjoyable. And on my second read through, I still just had as much a big smile on my face as the first one I did. And also check out Battle Angel Alita if you guys really haven't. I've been
reading that.
Oh yeah, I've seen a little bit of Battle Angel Alita. They also been sold. What was it? Technically, Battle Alita Angel is both a manga and a comic because it was re-released in the U.S. as a comic.
Really?
Yeah, it's familiar enough among a Western crowd that a lot of people may not.
It was during the '90s too.
Consider it to be a Japanese thing.
Oh yeah, there was also that movie as well.
Yeah, a lot of people
why
didn't
would
like her eyes in the movie.
Why would I want to read Why would I want to read something when I could just watch?
I don't know. I still don't feel that way because the way I definitely see it is like, I don't know. I can't watch it if I'm somewhere where like I like going for walks and I can just bring a comic with me. I know this sounds like the most geek performative male shit, man. We're like,
Yeah, let me get a quarter zip, get some matcha. Let me read comics mysteriously in the woods.
but like dead ass.
I'm reading this powerful pro-feminist comic book
Called
about
One Piece. Fucking like
We're bashing the bush with a fucking mace, aren't we?
Now that's a pro-feminist
God.
comic.
Yeah, it's just nice. I don't know. I feel like I don't really have this
Girls, it's
patience
your
to
time,
just
not my time.
can you shut up and let me talk? Jesus, you have such a problem. You know, he fucking shoves you,
What's up?
gets on your head, walks away. God, fucking that shit guy.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, whatever. Anyway,
Okay, yeah. Sorry, continue.
no, it's like anyway to let you segue. Say what you were gonna say. Spit your shit, King. Damn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine.
Here.
I guess to circle back,
Go ahead, Jake.
what the point of this podcast is to begin with, is that these days I'm not really seeing a whole lot of like art-related podcasts with like a tinge of good comedy like at all. And one of my favorite podcasts of all time is the Pizza Party podcast from this YouTuber called Rebel Taxi. It's like
She
it's
made us watch
informational about
all of the pizza slice and said, guys, I don't want you speaking unless it's exactly like this. And yeah, the thing was, she actually made this specific.
So I said if you weren't going to do it, then you were fired. You're fired, Brutal. You spoke out of turn.
Well,
Slap.
maybe if you would have paid me what I was owed, I wouldn't have.
This is my podcast. This is my podcast. It's my rules. I won't be disrespected like
He'll
this.
start stamping his feet. I want you to be quiet
Meanwhile,
now,
then
now,
when
now, now.
when I blow myself up and I die, you're gonna replay this. You're like, I miss him. Ah. You'll be
Pendleton
crying.
Ward is never going to be a guest on here now.
Who the hell is Pendleton Ward again? I forgot.
Creator of Adventure Time.
What was it? Here.
So
Yeah, sure,
I
man.
just feel like
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the art community could use something like this, even if probably a lot of people are going to be turned away by our type of comedy of punching each other in the crotch, jackass style. I don't know.
I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, I feel like it's more just like
I don't know. It feels like we're in need of some edge, but then people would tell me that I lack whimsy and I'm a bad person for saying gay jokes or something.
I mean, I am. I don't care.
Yeah.
I feel like
So we're
sensitive
all-
people
we're-
are the only
we're
one who get
all-
hurt.
Like, okay,
Just don't say something too out of turn.
a majority of the fucking people hosting are bisexual light skins, as in you and me, she, and then a gay white dude.
Listen,
I'm panned by
listen,
that.
you never
That's
know.
out of the
You're
question.
listening to this. My mom might find this and say, "Oh, what a wonderful podcast! It's so nice to see my young boy making
You've got to put this at the bottom of the barrel.
Like, you can't. I'm making an effort to not even tell anyone other than my brother that I making a podcast.
And then your brother's gonna be like, "Hey, mom, look at this."
It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I've been making a podcast, and then they like spray me with pepper spray and scream.
Get out of the house, you know. Well, I mean, to be fair, like, because podcasts are like, I don't want to say it's like the white dude, like, fucking you enter your 20s. Well, I got to make a podcast, huh? Hey, guys, let's talk about random shit and then, like, quit 5 days in after our friend John kills himself.
We are the grinders. We gotta talk about money, hustle, power, become a crazy hustle monster, and then But hey, you never know.
Calm down.
Podcast
Christopher
today.
Walken.
Get in a headlock with Joe Rogan tomorrow.
Well, we're already ahead of the curve. Look, we got character archetypes. We got Bulldog, the gay, happy one. We got Sheep, the pencil pushing nerd. We got Brutal, the insecure bully, and we got. That's about it.
Oh fuck! All right.
This podcast was.
We're already a wonderful cast of
man.
characters. We bounce off each other
Oh, dude.
perfectly until Bulldog
It's
just
like,
wants to
we
hear the
have
sound
to-
of his own voice and does it for 40 minutes.
We have to set up a dynamic. We got to set up a dynamic. What's the
I'm
dynamic?
enjoying this.
By the way, these roles were picked out for us. Sheep did not like. I was like, Brutal. Listen, I know because you're such a nice guy, but I'm gonna need you to be an asshole for this entire podcast. And I was like,
Sheep, I'm not sure if I really want to do that. Sonic told me I shouldn't do that.
and then Sheep said, "Listen, African, you're going to be me, and you're
Oh,
going to
fuck.
like it." And I said,
Well,
I then
I
got
did it for the
whip and
nookie.
went, "Acha! Get back to work. Get back to podcasting. Acha!
Whoa.
I'm making the money here. Do as I say."
I said,
All right, all right. Let's dial it back for a second. Let me finish real quick.
I do actually want to read the.
Oh
Sonic
yeah, no, they're
comics,
good. You should read the DC and Sonic crossover. It's cool.
Yeah, I
though.
love
Oh,
it.
really?
I can't be bothered with Sonic.
That's fun.
comics. All,
Yeah,
all these characters don't appeal to me at all.
I really want to like Sonic because I want to. Okay, this might be a bit of a bad reason to want to like Sonic.
Okay,
but it's like
but
I want
Brutal,
to understand what.
Brutal, before you speak, and if we're gonna talk about anything about Sonic, it's gonna go on for like 2 hours, and we're already like we've already hit for over an hour, and I don't want to make this go on for too long. For a
Wait,
pilot
I won't make it. I won't make it long.
Okay,
Trust.
okay,
I
make
just
it
gonna
quick.
say
Make it quick.
I want to really understand what these people will like actually lose their mind for because from outside looking in, it genuinely is. You guys have like 4 good games, and now y'all are losing your crap and acting like y'all are number one.
Dude,
Is this?
me,
It's not
me as
really
a
that
Ben
good.
10 fan, I've been starved for content, and now I'm just getting food. Like, I feel like a Sonic
Well,
fan.
to be
should watch
fair,
it.
at least from-
brutal. They played it when they were 7, so that means it's perfect forever.
Is it like Kingdom? Is it really the same Kingdom Hearts ordeal?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey man, you said it, not me.
Oh well.
Alright.
The only cool
So
song.
to wrap up,
from Sonic
so,
I like is
what you
Knuckles.
would call to wrap up my spiel, the last comic from Vertigo that I recommend, I haven't got this one yet, so I can't really say anything, but I can give you the synopsis from what I know, is The Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane mystery. And I learned that this is going to be like a supernatural, kind of like dark noir story, kind of like John Constantine in a sense. And I am super interested in this one too. Like all of these stories in general, like Nice House by the Sea, Bleeding Hearts, End of Life, Brutal Dark, I would recommend to get all of these. Seriously. Like seeing Vertigo back as like a comic distributor, well, under DC, of course, it is super exciting to see. And I was actually recommended by my one of my local comic store like people. They recommended me it, and I wasn't going to get it at first, but I'm really glad he recommended it because it's some of the best like reading I've seen in a minute for like newer releases. It's super good. I'm excited to see the Peril of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Kane mystery because I really want to see that last one and see kind of like the lining up for what they want to do. Overall, this is a great year for comics. Highly recommend if you don't read at all.
Yeah.
Genuinely go pick yourself up a comic from a local comic store. Support your local comic stores because they are the ones that are pioneering and helping series become TV shows and stuff become consistently loved. A lot of people don't like to read, but I say you should. These comics are amazing and these are great, including manga as well. Yeah, I'm done myself.
Reading's fun.
I always had a hard time reading when I was young. It's like I blasted through just like almost every comic book my high school, middle school library had. It's just like, I don't know, they teach kids to like read in such a gay way.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
Because they will never also like getting a book report on something like, oh, one of the worst books I ever had to deal for English class was fucking Haroon and the Sea of Stories. That shit pissed me off and it was so boring.
I usually
God, I could
fuck
not
with
get
like
through it.
majority of the boring
Shit
books they have you
character.
read, like Moby Dick or Macbeth or like How to Kill a Mockingbird. All those are super interesting to me because Moby Dick is literally about like sailors and even sea creatures fearing this giant kaiju of fucking whale. Like he's a force of nature.
That would have been cool to read. Like I think the only book I liked in high school was The Great Gatsby, and just because like I was like, oh shit, this is not as lame as I initially thought it was.
Or
It's kinda
like
nice.
what was
It's kind
it?
of cool.
Macbeth is great
There
too.
were some books that I read in school that I actually did enjoy. I guess like ultimately they taught us to read in like a bad way, but I won't lie, the
Well, we
stories
are
that we did
Americans.
read weren't bad, or like I guess I was just lucky enough to have a good share of books because we had The Outsiders. That was really
Ooh,
good.
yeah.
There's like these two other books that like were actually interesting, but yeah, but other than that, it was still pretty big struggle for me to really completely care. It's like no pictures, man. No
It's funny
pictures.
because like majority I loved reading in general, but with comic books and graphic novels, I really liked graphic novels. In the graphic novels, I'd usually like now I'm reading more like superhero stuff again, but when I was like, growing up in like constantly switching schools, the one type of graphic novel I could always rely on is like is gonna sound weird, like romantic slash like slice of life comics, people literally living their life. And in my opinion, some of the best writing and some of the best art is from people just living regular life. Sure, you can have these amazing action panels and these amazing, like, surreal looking things. But some of the best comics I've ever read were literally just about life. And like one of my favorite is Cute Girl Network. That one is one of my absolute favorite because it reminds me of like an early 2000s like movie of like people like getting used to life, and it's one of those cult classics what it reminds me of for like a movie format but just in comic form, and it's just great.
I'd be lying if I said that there weren't a good share of slice of life stories that struck a chord with me.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like Blue Flag.
I've been
You just
trying
gotta-
my best. Oh yeah, no, I was actually I came across Blue Flag when I was organizing some more of the manga pages that I got saved, and I was like, oh yeah, Sheep showed me this one. I got to put that on my list, and I did. I've been finding myself enjoying a lot more stories that are more personal, more into the characters, which kind of comes in a bit of my main story. I've been debating if I really want to keep it the same that it is, or if I want to full on turn it into a delinquent manga. Kind of had this whole vibe of like Bryce just trying to really get his name in the concrete before it's paved over, the whole sort of becoming the king of nothing and keeping it more of a life. I don't want to say school drama, but like I want it to be in a like still a small town where not a lot of cool shit's going on. You don't have the opportunity to go to another town or meet a rival school or whatever. No, it's
I
just
feel like your
a
character
personal
just like
story
starts
of
shit for no
want to be
reason. That's
delinquent. I
probably
think
what he is, right?
Not really Bryce. Bryce is more it's kind of just a imagine if Sheep wanted to be a delinquent. So just being like, yeah, I'm so cool, but no, I'm not. Fuck, I'm just faking all this. Fuck. Oh, and then he goes on the 4-hour tirade. No, the joke's aside, it's like Bryce really he wants to seem like tough shit, but he kind of isn't. Though my whole idea with him was
Now, Brutal, who is Bryce?
he's my friend. What do you mean? He's right there. No,
He's your best
no, he's the main character of my manga. My main righteous ruffian. Look out for it. When it releases in
By the
4,898
way, if
years.
you do want to show an image on about the Vertigo stuff, here you go. I'm
We'll
just gonna
see
throw
about
that
that.
image in the general. So that's the four main ones.
I think just if it's the
Go, I don't
pilot,
care.
so it's just gonna be one static
It works for me.
image
I don't give a shit.
with our little icons. Now I guess coming back to why I made this podcast to begin with is I just feel like the art community should have something just fun and entertaining and relaxing to listen to while they draw relaxing things such as me shaving Brutal's head and other sorts of nice cozy little conversations.
Totally
are
not
completely
mentally
normal.
unstable adults. Not at all.
This is adult conversation.
Adult conversation.
Many adult
When will
conversations.
Pibby Glitch Fortnite Epic Dance ever come back? Find out the next podcast.
Well, will the Pibby glitch survive the Fortnite? I don't know. These are the questions we have to ask. I feel like this has gone pretty well. I'll be honest. It's like 10 minutes in. I already don't feel too awkward about being recorded
Oh, yeah?
and everything.
I think
Like,
it was
literally,
fun though.
you forget in like 10 minutes.
And
Any last things I want to say? I think it's time we sort of start to close down a little bit here.
Bye, I'm leaving. Bye-bye.
No. You remember who runs this?
He said, I want those manga panels on my table tomorrow. No, just kidding.
That was actually a good impression.
love
I'm happy. That was great.
I want them now. I want pictures of Spider-Man on my desk now.
I want pictures of Spider-Man drawing manga. I want pictures of him drawing.
Bulldog GPT. Bulldog GPT generate 4K image of Spider-Man drawing manga.
Evil.
They made a 50th new Spider-Man series where instead, asking for pictures, J. Jonah Jameson asks for Peter Parker to chat GPT and fake images of Spider-Man. It's like, I need you to, Parker, I don't know much about this computer stuff, but I demand you to generate me 50 pictures of Spider-Man robbing a bank. Like, geez, I don't know, Mr. J. Jonah Jameson.
Jameson, I
Doesn't
think
that
you're
sound
a
like
hack.
defamation? Like, that doesn't matter, kid. And then he like chat GPTs. I should.
Oh my god. Sorry, we hear like
I'm
a little
getting hungry.
squeeze from fucking
It's my
barbecue
fault, it's my
sauce
fault.
hit your plate.
Yeah, I'm starting to get really hungry. Let's wrap this up. I gotta get some food.
I have a crab dinner waiting for me at my house right now.
Just like he, instead of generating pictures of him robbing a bank, just generate pictures of him saving the day. It's like, oh,
How does that?
Man, always
Give me
so
some
thorough.
pictures tomorrow. Generate me food
God,
today.
I don't know, J. Jonah. This was a disaster.
I love this.
This
They
was
really
absolute
fun.
awesomeness. Dude, I love this.
No,
I just hope that we're just trying this out. This is something
Hey,
completely.
I'm
new
absolutely in
and
love with this.
way out
I
of his
just feel
comfort
like-
zone. He hit me up at like 5 in the morning and be like, Brutal, you and I, we're gonna conquer the world. And I said, Sheep, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? That's my bit. It's my bit. We're gonna go far, Sheep. We're gonna go far. I grabbed him by his shoulder. I walked through the phone screen. Sheep, this podcast is gonna take over everywhere. We're gonna be up there with the greats, like your goat, Alistair the Has-Been Hotel Demon.
Shut up. Shut up, God. Okay. Well, hopefully, this thing will maybe catch on. I don't know. Maybe I'll only do 3 more episodes and just completely
Ooh,
forget
keep
this
going.
exists. I don't know, but I just feel like I just think the world needs a new
I
art
agree
podcast that's informational and funny. At least I hope it is.
I really hope you bring me on here more often. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be asked by my family. I know it's like, what happened to that little podcast your friend was making? And I'll be like, oh,
It's like, I don't know.
I don't know what happened to it. I just stopped being invited. He's probably like making $1 billion right now.
It's like, I needed a moment. I needed to take a break. I need to take a mental break.
It's like, oh, I'm straight. I'm getting so much money, and like I barely have to do any work, but it's so much work mentally.
Listen, it's going to be a lot of effort. to
I
spend
guess I have to
2
stream.
hours editing a long
I guess I
audio
have to
file.
stream. My pool doesn't have that golden dolphin that I was waiting for.
I can't believe it.
We just don't get what we want in this world, don't we?
Yes,
Well, anyway, I'm Sheeparu. Who are you people?
Man, I'm Brutal Seals.
Ooh, and that other weird thing.
I never understood why you said there was 3 of us. There's only 2 of us here right now.
Sheep
Only 2
sees
guests.
another person in the other chair.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That wasn't empty. Bulldog.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I said.
All right, where
Well, I'm Bulldog. Good night.
where can people find you?
It took this.
Oh, where can I? Whatchamacallit. If you want to find me out of anything, go on Twitter. It's Bulldog Does Art. Every starting thing, it's Bulldog Does Art, and then each starting part is literally uppercase B, uppercase D, and uppercase A in Bulldog Does Art. Or I can just put it here.
Brutal,
There
where
we
can
go.
people find you?
Find me on Twitter, on Blue Sky, maybe on Instagram. I don't know. I haven't unprivate my Instagram set. All I used to use it for was just Instagram Reels and whatnot.
And you,
But yeah,
and
primarily
my
Blue
name is
Sky and
Sheeparu.
Twitter.
I was the main host of this podcast. You can find me on Instagram. No, I think that's a whole nother name. I don't use Instagram. That's a lie. Forget it. You can find me on Twitter. That's at Sheeparu123. SHEEPARU. You can find me on Blue Sky. And hopefully, you'll catch you on the flip side. And remember to take it easy. Speak easy. That's a bit of a reference to this podcast there for you.
You fucking
That's a bit
forced
of a
that.
reference to the podcast.
Oh,
there
I
for
hate
ya.
you. Why the hell?
See, that's a catchphrase. Speak easy. We gotta take it easy because we speak easy. That
This
was
is gonna be the new bit, huh? We're gonna speak real easy, huh?
all right. Bye. Bye.
Awesome.
Bye. Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good time, folks.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let's go.
Hold on,
Let's
I gotta
go.
make
Bye.
I gotta make sure I'm turning this off right.
Happy Black History Month.